Hey everyone, and welcome back. So, this time I wanted to talk to you about, we're going through the brain, we're talking about the nervous system, but I just wanted to give you kind of like, I just wanted to show you where these sensor motor areas are that we're going to be expanding on quite a bit. I also wanted to go over the white matter tracks here, and a little bit about lateralization, that kind of general concept. Okay, great, let's get started. Okay, so so if this is like maybe a sagittal cut, for example, through the longitudinal fissure, this is what we would see on the inside of the brain. And so there are some pretty important structures. Like down here, I want to go ahead and start like at the bottom part. So olfactory bulb. This is actually part of the cranial nerve system. But I wanted you to see, I'll get back to this because I love this. I don't know about you, but like if I see something like a cookie, it's a good memory. And I've remembered cookies, and there have been some good ones in my life. If I hear something like the crunch of a cookie, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that as well. But it doesn't quite like hit you the way that sometimes like the smell of like, oh, grandma's cookies, right? And you can all of a sudden see yourself sitting in her kitchen with checkered tablecloth on the table and hear the sound of her voice humming in the background. Like it really takes you in. And part of the reason why is this sucker is like going right into the emotion center of your brain, right into the hub of it, right? Olfactory and gustatory, especially olfactory, is like a great learning resource. Like it was one of the, it's a top one. But anyway, so that's like me getting crazy on. I just love senses, don't we all? Okay, so some of the structural functional areas of the brain proper. Let's get into those. So here's like the frontal cortex. So in here, this is going to be a lot of logic information. So it also helps you figure out, what's the best way to react, like maybe in a social situation, or, is this an appropriate outfit to wear to this, birthday party because it's, I don't know, at a fancy restaurant, or because, it's at a sport venue, whatever. So it really helps us process a little bit more cognitively, keeps us in this problem solving sphere. Over here, are we referred to as like the sensor motor cortices, right? So this little area will actually take some time, and we'll spend kind of looking over that in another video. It's like a really fun cutaway I like to do, of kind of an oblique coronal cut right there. So it's kind of neat, and we'll show you how those are all put together. But it's like the entire body plan, like all the sensory information is going to come in one way, and all its motor is going to go out another. So that's really cool. One of the other areas that's pretty important is we have this primary motor cortex, and that's going to be sending out effector signals, right? They're going to go in through the white matter tracks and coming in sensory information from the body, right? We're going to process that in this association area, and then we're going to send back out information that's effector, right? So that's always how it works. But the other part of the primary motor cortex, and a lot of these areas are the pre or the association areas. And so what they kind of do is they help kind of like rattle around the specifics, right? Maybe make things more accurate, or compare it to previous experiences, or, for this example, like different types of motor. And so that's kind of interesting that they're going to be communicating directionally like this, as opposed to like going directly down, right? Becoming effector right away. So it's like primary motor cortex is going to work on that.